We're seeing and hearing that there's a lot of talk about pressure being brought to bear on budgets. It's been the case for a little while now. So local authorities are struggling. DFG isn't going as far as it used to do. So one of the things that local authorities in particular are having to do is look at how they're spending their money and where the budget goes. Naturally, from that, one of the things that gets considered to review and possibly remove is the servicing of equipment because it has a monetary value paid up front. But for the next few minutes, I just want to talk to you about some of the benefits of having service and how that small spend up front, relatively speaking, would actually save you considerable sums of money in the longer term. So we've talked quite a lot over recent years about the value of service and what it does in terms of products. But in the beginning, let me just share with you, we're not alone in that. Many companies in this industry talk now about the servicing of equipment and how if you pay up front for servicing of equipment to look after that piece of electromechanical equipment, then this will extend the life and it makes sure that it works for the vulnerable client when they need it to. It is a message we've heard at foundations and other events where multiple companies now talk about this. It's always been the case that it's dear to our heart at Closomat. A wash-dry toilet at the end of the day is a piece of electromechanical equipment. And servicing will ensure that it stays in the best possible condition, will work correctly when the service user requires it to, and it's also proven to extend the life of the product. We have Closomats which are in daily use and are well over 20 years old. That's simply because they've been regularly serviced since they were installed. So, like I say, you may pay a few £100s a year in order to have a toilet serviced, but if it extends the product life by a good number of years, the saving is considerable compared to replacement of product after 5 years or 7 years or 8 years. So many, many benefits. In terms of what the service involves, just in case you don't know, because a lot of people don't, is the service involves a comprehensive check of the product. They check every moving part, every setting, every switch, every thermostat in there to make sure that the product works as well as it can at every time that we need it to. At Closomat, we employ 23 service engineers covering the length and breadth of the country. They drive liveried vehicles fully stocked with parts. So if they are attending a visit and there's a requirement to change a part, then the part is in the back of the van. Our first fix rate is over 98%. So whenever we go to a toilet that maybe is being serviced or perhaps has a fault with it, in over 98% of cases, we will walk away from that first visit, leaving the toilet in good, perfect working condition. So a real benefit. But there's much more to the service than just checking the toilet. The service user, for one, gets to meet a real person. Somebody turns up, knocks on their door, has a conversation with them. We talk to the client about the toilet, how they use it, whether it cleans them properly, whether it dries them properly, and we can make adjustments to that to make sure they get the very best use out of their piece of equipment from that day forwards. But more than that even, the visit is also a bit of a welfare visit. So whilst we're talking to that client and whilst we're moving through the house to get to the bathroom, we will talk to them and we will understand whether they are struggling with anything. And if they are struggling, we have the potential to make the relevant people aware that they are struggling with something, they have challenges. And perhaps those people can assist that client, that service user to overcome the issues and therefore, again, give an added value to that person's quality of life. And on a personal level, just imagine that that person is someone in your family. Maybe they're your nan, maybe they're your granddad, and perhaps they live over 3 hours away from you. Wouldn't it be good to know that on one day a year at least, that someone is visiting, a real person is going to go and they're going to speak to your family member, they're going to check that they're okay and that the equipment works, and they're going to make it right if it isn't for any reason. And in reality, you can't put a price on that peace of mind. I know how I'd feel. My mum lives 2 hours away. Too much information now, you'll have to cut this bit out. I know how my mum would feel about that. If something should go wrong with the product as well, you have the added peace of mind to know that one simple phone call to Closomat to let us know, and we'll go and we'll make it right. You don't have to go and try and find a contractor. Neither the local authority, neither the family member, nor the service user need to go and try and hunt and find a contractor who knows what a Closomat is or a wash-dry toilet is. One simple phone call to Closomat, we take care of everything else. We will go, we will fix the product, adjust the product, and then we will leave it in working order. So whilst there's real value in the service from a product function and longevity of product point of view, there are more added benefits at a personal level to know that your family member, your friend, your relation, whatever, are in a good place at the moment, and they get to speak to somebody. So thank you for listening. If you do want any information about this at all, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you.